So now we are going to learn about axial skeleton. Okay, axial skeleton. So in axial skeleton, we are going to learn about skull and vertebral column. Skull and vertebral column. The skull. So it is the main part of the axial skeletal system. So the skull, which is formed by 22 bones. Okay. The skull, which is formed by 22 main bones. Okay, 22 main bones. So totally I told you 29 bones will present in our skull. Okay. So out of this, the 22 main bones will form the skull. Okay, will form the skull. So the skull structure, which is formed by the 22 bones. So out of which 22 bones, 8 bones, okay, 8 bones, they form cranium. Okay, they form cranium. Those bones are called cranial bones. Okay, 8 cranial bones will form our cranium. Then 14 bones. Then the 14 bones will form our face. Okay, the 14 bones will form our face. They are called as facial bones. So totally, so in our skull, totally we have 29 bones, out of which the 22 main bones will form our skull. Say out of which 8 bones will form cranium, they are called as cranial bone, and 14 bones will form our face, they are called as facial bones. Apart from that, so we have 3 pair of ear bone. I told you, right? 3 pair of ear bones. So 8 cranial bones and then 14 facial bones and 3 pair of ear bones. So totally 6 bones and then 1 hyoid bone. Okay, 1 hyoid bone. So totally 29 bones will present in our skull. Okay, 29 bones will present in our skull. So the skull, the function of skull, you know very well, it protect the cranium will protect our brain. And then facial bones will give face. Okay, so will give particular shape to our face. So the skull will placed above the vertebral column. Okay, it will placed above the vertebral column. So in between the joint, vertebral column and skull will provide the movement. As inward and outward and side. Okay, and side. So we can shake our hand inward and outward as well as in sidewards due to presence of the joint in between the vertebral column and the skull. So the function of skull to protect the brain. So we have 8 cranial bones and 14 facial bones. We have 8 bones in our cranium. We have 8 bones. Okay. So in face we have 14 bones. In face we have 14 bones, out of which only 1 bone will be movable. It's called mandible. Okay. Lower jaw. Okay. Lower jaw. In skull, the only 1 bone, mandible, which means lower jaw only movable. So lower jaw only we can move. The upper jaw we are not able to move. Okay, so only the animal, crocodile, only they can move both the lower jaw and the upper jaw. Okay, then, so come to vertebral column. So vertebral column, okay, so initially I told you we have 33 bones. In our being as infant, in our mother uterus, we have the tail region. So when we born, we have 33 bones. So it will be reduced by the joining, okay, by the fusion of bones. It will be reduced as 26 bones. It reduced as the 26 bones by fusion of some bones. Okay, then, so vertebral column, it is also called as spine or backbone. It protects our spinal cord. Okay, the vertebral column will form the hollow-like structure. So the spinal cord will present in the hollow. Okay, in the hollow of the vertebral column. Okay, the spinal cord will present hollow of the vertebral column. So the vertebrae, okay, the vertebrae, which means the bones present in the vertebral column, protect the spinal cord. So the vertebral column are made up of individual bones. They are called as vertebrae. Okay, individual bones are called vertebrae. In singular form, we can say as vertebra. Okay, in singular form, we can say as vertebra. In plural, we can say as vertebrae. They are the bones present in our vertebral column. It has 26 bones. Totally, we have 26 bones. So in that, 7 cervical vertebrae. Neck region, okay, which present in our neck region. Cervical vertebrae, we have 7 bones. Okay, we have 7 vertebrae. We have 7 vertebrae in our neck region. They are called as cervical vertebrae. They are called as cervical vertebrae. And then 12 vertebrae. Okay, 12 bones. Okay, 12 bones will present in our thoracic region. Behind our thoracic region, we have 12 bones. They are called as thoracic vertebrae. They are called as thoracic vertebrae. The ribs behind the chest region, they are connected with the thoracic vertebrae. They are connected with the thoracic vertebrae. So 12 pair of ribs are connected behind our body with the thoracic vertebrae. So totally we have 12 thoracic vertebrae, and then 5 lumbar vertebrae. Okay, so this hip region. Okay, so in this region we have lumbar vertebrae. They are consist of 5 bones. They are consist of 5 bones. Will be heavier bone. It will be heavier bone. Okay, lumbar vertebrae, it consists of 5 bones. Then sacral vertebrae. Here the sacral vertebrae. So initially we have 5 bones in sacral vertebrae. It is reduced as 1 bone as sacrum. Okay. Initially we have 5 bones. Okay. I told you. Initially we have 33 bones. 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, and then 5 lumbar vertebrae, 5 sacral vertebrae, and 4 coccygeal vertebrae. So totally we have 33 bones initially. But now we have 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, and 1 sacrum and 1 coccyx. So now we have 26 bones. So this 5 sacral vertebrae are they fused together and they form a single bone is called sacrum. Okay, and then 4 coccygeal vertebrae, they are fused together and they form a single bone is called coccyx. Okay, it's called coccyx. So in our tail region we have only 2 bones. They are sacrum and coccyx. They are called as sacrum and coccyx. Okay, so totally we have 26 bones in our vertebral column. We have only 26 bones. The function of vertebral column to protect the spinal cord, and holding our skull. Vertebral column will be flexible. So we can bend inward and outward. Okay, in front side as well as back side as well as side. Okay, in sideward also we can move due to flexible vertebral column. So here you can see, as I told you, there are 5 different regions in our vertebral column. They are cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae, sacrum and coccyx. Okay, sacrum and coccyx. The sacrum, which is located in hip region, and then coccyx, which is located in our tail region. Okay, so first of all, the cervical vertebrae, it has 7 vertebrae. Okay, it has 7 bones. Okay, which is located in the neck region. After that, thoracic vertebrae, which is located in the thoracic region. Okay, which means chest region. It has 12 bones. These 12 bones are attached with the ribs. Okay, 12 pair of ribs. After that, the lumbar vertebrae, which is located in our abdominal region, behind our abdominal region, and it is very heavier. Okay, it is very heavier and stronger bone. It has 5 bones. They will be heavier and stronger. Then there is sacrum. So in sacrum, initially in this sacral vertebrae, so we have 5 bones. In sacral vertebrae, we have 5 bones. Now they are fused together and they form a single bone. Okay, are now fused together as a single bone is called sacrum. It's called sacrum. And then the coccygeal vertebrae. Coccygeal vertebrae has 4 bones. They are fused together and they form a single bone and called coccyx. So totally we have 26 bones now. So initially the newborn baby will have 33 bones. They will have 33 bones, including 5 sacrum and 4 coccyx. So totally they have 33 bones. But the adult body will have the 26 bones. 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, and sacrum and coccyx. So totally 26 bones will present in our vertebral column. So now we are going to learn rib cage. Okay, as the part of the axial skeletal system. Okay, rib cage, it is the part of axial skeletal system. So the rib cage, okay, the rib cage, it is made up of 12 pair of ribs. Okay, it is made up of 12 pair of ribs. This side we have 12 bones. In this side we have 12 bones. So totally we have 12 pair of ribs. So totally we have 24 bones. Okay, 24 bones. Okay, so we have 12 pair of ribs. So hence it is 24 bones. Okay, hence it is 24 bones and a sternum. Okay, and a sternum. So totally we have 25 bones. Totally we have 25 bones. So out of which 24 ribs. Okay, 12 pair of ribs. So totally 24 ribs and a sternum Okay, and a sternum. So totally we have 25 bones in our rib cage. So these ribs can be classified into 3 types. The ribs can be, the 12 pair of ribs can be classified into 3 types. Okay, based on the attachment of the sternum. Okay, the sternum is the center bone of the chest region. Okay, based on the attachment, whether it is attached or not attached. Based on this, the ribs can be classified into 3 types. They are true ribs, false ribs, and floating ribs. Okay, true ribs, false ribs, and floating ribs. True ribs means the first 7 pair. Okay, the first 7 pair. The first 7 pair of ribs. Okay, the first 7 pair of ribs are directly attached to the sternum. Okay, they are directly attached to the sternum. Okay, hence it is called as true ribs. Hence it is called as true ribs. Okay, the first 7 pair of ribs, they are directly attached to the sternum. Okay, they are directly attached to the sternum. Hence they are called as true ribs. Hence they are called as true ribs. Then the false ribs means the next 3 pair. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next 3 pair of ribs. Next 3 pair of ribs, they are not directly attached to the sternum. They are not directly attached to the sternum. They are attached with the 7th pair of ribs. Okay, they are attached with the 7th pair of ribs. So they are not directly attached to the sternum. So hence they are indirectly attached to the sternum. Hence it is called as false ribs. Hence it is called as false ribs. Okay, why it is called false ribs? They are not directly attached to the sternum. They are not directly attached to the sternum. Hence they are called as false ribs. Then the floating ribs. Okay, then the floating ribs means the last 2 pair. Okay, the last 2 pair of ribs. The last 2 pair of ribs, they are not attached to the sternum at all. Okay, they are not attached to the sternum at all. They are floating instead. They are floating instead. Free floating. Hence they are called as free floating ribs. Free floating ribs. Why? Because they are not attached to the sternum at all. So all those 12 pair of ribs, all those 12 pair of ribs are attached with our vertebral column in our backside. Okay, backbone. Okay, in backbone, this all 12 pair of ribs are attached with our backbone. Okay, only the 7 pair of ribs, they are directly attached to the sternum. 3 pair of ribs, they are indirectly attached to the sternum. 2 pair of ribs, they are not attached to the sternum at all. Hence they are called as free floating ribs. Free floating ribs because they are floating in state. Because they are floating in state. Okay, so the ribs can be classified into 3 types: true ribs, false ribs, and floating ribs. True ribs, false ribs, and floating ribs. The rib cage, the function of rib cage to protect lungs, heart and liver. Okay, it protect lungs, heart and liver. Okay, so partially the liver will placed in our chest region. So the rib cage will protect our lungs, heart, apart from liver also. Okay, so the rib cage will protect the delicate organs such as lungs, heart and liver. Lungs, heart and liver. This rib cage also allows breathing. Okay, when inhalation and exhalation, the rib cage will move. Okay, the rib cage will move. When inhalation, the ribs will move upward and outward. Okay, when exhalation, it will be goes into the relaxing condition, which means downwards. Okay, it will be goes into downwards. Okay, so it helps for breathing also. It helps for breathing also.
Here you can see, as I told you, there are 3 different types of ribs. So true ribs, false ribs and floating ribs. So first 7 pair of ribs, here you can see the first 7 pair of ribs, they are directly attached to the sternum. Hence they are called as true ribs. So here you can see the next 3 pair of ribs, they are not directly attached to the sternum. They are attached with the 7th pair. So they are attached to the sternum along with the 7th pair. So it is indirectly attached to the sternum, hence it is called as false ribs. So here you can see last 2 pair of ribs, they are not attached to the sternum. Okay, they are not attached to the sternum at all. Hence they are called as free floating ribs because they will be a free floating in stage. So hence they are called as free floating ribs.
So now we are going to learn the appendicular skeletal system. Appendicular skeletal system, I told you 126 bones will present in the appendicular skeletal system. The pectoral girdle have 64 bones. Okay, the pectoral girdle will have 64 bones and the pelvic girdle will have 62 bones. Okay, the pelvic girdle will have 62 bones. We are going to check that. Okay, so then the appendicular skeletal system can classify into pectoral girdle and pelvic girdle. Pectoral girdle and pelvic girdle. Okay, the pectoral girdle also called as shoulder girdle. Okay, also called as shoulder girdle. This pectoral girdle are made up of pectoral bones such as clavicle and scapula. Clavicle is nothing but collarbone. Okay, we have pair of collarbone. We have pair of collarbone. They are called as clavicle. They are called as clavicle. Then the scapula is nothing but shoulder bone. Okay, the scapula is nothing but shoulder bone. So we have pair of shoulder bone, pair of scapula. So 2 clavicle bone and 2 scapula. 2 clavicle and 2 scapula. So totally we have 4 bones. Okay, totally we have 4 bones as the pectoral bones. As the pectoral bones. Then it also contains the upper limb, bones of upper limb, bones of upper limb. That is, it's nothing but horns. Okay. So the pectoral girdle contain pectoral bones such as clavicle and scapula. Clavicle is nothing but collarbone. Then the scapula is nothing but shoulder bone. So we have pair of clavicle and pair of scapula. So we have 4 bones as the pectoral bones. And it also contain the upper limb. Okay, the pectoral girdle contain pectoral bones and bones of upper limb. It's nothing but arm. It's nothing but arm. The upper limb are made up of arm bone, wrist and hand bone. Arm bone, wrist and hand bone. Okay, so now we are going to learn what are the arm bone. What are the arm bone? So in arm. Okay, in arm, each arm we have 30 bones. Okay, in each arm we have 30 bones. Okay, each arm we have 30 bones. So totally we have 60 bones. Okay, totally we have 60 bones. We are going to check that. First, the arm bones. What are the arm bones? So we have different kinds of bones in a arm. Okay, so they are humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges. Okay. So humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges. Okay. So the humerus will form the upper arm. Okay. The humerus will form the upper arm. Then the radius and ulna will form our forearm. Okay. Then the carpals will make our wrist. Okay. The wrist is made up of carpals. Then the metacarpals will form our palm region. So our palm region are made up of metacarpals. Then the phalanges are form our fingers. Okay, So our fingers are made up of phalanges. Okay, so we have one humerus. Okay, one humerus bone, one radius bone, one ulna. So we have 3 bones. Okay, so up to this we have 3 bones: humerus, radius, and ulna. Okay, then in carpals, which means wrist. Okay, so in wrist we have 8 bones. Okay, in wrist we have 8 bones. Okay, we have 8 bones in wrist. Okay, in metacarpals we have 5 bones. In phalanges, okay, so in phalanges we have, so each finger we have 3 bones. Okay, each finger we have 3 bones except thumb. Okay, in thumb we have only 2 bones. Okay, so totally we have 14 bones. Okay, 4 3s are 12 and 2 bones. Okay, so 14 bones. So one arm we have 30 bones. Okay, we have 30 bones. One humerus, one radius, one ulna, and then 8 carpals. Okay, 8 carpals. 4 they are arranged as 4 and 4. Okay, Okay, so 8 carpals, 5 metacarpals, and then 14 phalanges. Nothing but fingers. Okay, 14 phalanges. So totally we have 30 bones in a palm. So in 2 arms, 30 into 2. We have 60 bones. Okay, so this 60 bones in the upper arm and then 4 bones in the pectoral. Okay, in the pectoral region, such as clavicle and scapula. So we have totally 64 bones. In the pectoral girdle. Okay, so then this humerus will form the upper arm. Okay, the joint between humerus and scapula. Are ball and socket joint. Already we learned, right? The humerus will form a head. Okay, ball shaped head. The humerus which has ball shaped head, and then scapula which has cup-like socket. So the ball-shaped head of humerus, which is going to connect with the socket of the scapula. So it forms the ball and socket joint. Then the joint between radius and ulna. Are called pivot joint. Okay, the joint between radius and ulna, they are called as pivot joint. Okay, Then the joint between radius and carpals. They are called radiocarpal joint or condyloid joint or elliptical joint, or we can say as elliptical joint. Okay, so then the joint between, the joint between the carpals are called gliding joint. Okay, the joint between the carpals, they are called gliding joint because they are flat bones. Okay, so the joint between the carpals are called a gliding joint. Then the joint between carpals and metacarpals. Okay, the joint between carpal and metacarpal, especially thumb region, they are called as saddle joint. So 6 type of joint you can learn in your arm. Okay, we can learn the 6 type of joint in a single arm. So this is the pectoral girdle. Okay, then coming to pelvic girdle. Okay, now we are going to learn the pelvic girdle. Okay, how many bones will present in the pelvic girdle? 62 bones. Okay, 62 bones will present in the pelvic girdle. We are going to check that. Okay, so first of all, what is mean by pelvic girdle? Okay, so pelvic girdle will present in our hip region. So this pelvic girdle is formed by 5 fused vertebrae. Okay, 5 fused vertebrae. What is that? 5 fused vertebrae. What is that? Sacral vertebrae. Okay, sacral vertebrae. The 5 bones are fused together and they form a single bone is called sacrum. Okay, I told you, right? Sacrum. It's a single bone which present behind the pelvic region. Okay, and it form the cavity. Okay, this 5 fused bone and pelvic bones such as ilium, ischium, pubis. Ilium, ischium and pubis. So these 3 bones fuse together and they form a cavity. So during the birth of child, during delivery, the baby present in the cavity, will present in the cavity and come out through the cavity Okay, so by the extension of the pubic bone. Okay, the baby delivery is done by the extension of the pubic bone. Okay, by the extension of the pubic bone. Okay, so this pelvic girdle is formed by the fusion of 5 vertebrae. It's called sacral vertebrae. Okay, form the cavity. In front side, the pelvic bones such as ilium, ischium and pubic bones will fuse together with this sacrum, and they form the cavity. Then with the pelvic bone, the lower limb are attached. Okay, the lower limb will attached by the ball and socket joint. So the thigh bone, okay, the femur, thigh bone is nothing but femur, are attached with the pelvic bone by the ball and socket joint. Okay, so it contains pelvic bones such as ilium, ischium and pubic. It is innominate. Okay, not yet to be finalized the name. Okay, it is innominate. Okay, if you include the pubic bones in our skeletal system, we have 207 bones. Okay, 207 bones. So not yet to be finalized the name is we have 206 bones still. Okay, still we have 206 bones. Okay, so the pelvic girdle contain pelvic bones and bones of lower limb. So the lower limb which contain leg, ankle and foot. Okay, then the bones of leg. Okay, the bones of leg. So the bones of leg, we have different kinds of bones as it is present in the bones of arm. Okay, bones of arm we have in leg region we have different kinds of bones. They are femur. Okay, what is about femur? It is the longest bone in our skeletal system. Okay, it is the longest bone in our skeletal system. This femur attached with the ilium. Okay, this femur attached with the pelvic bone by the ball and socket joint. Then, so the femur will form our thigh. Okay, the femur will form our thigh. Then tibia and fibula. Tibia and fibula will form our leg. Okay, will form our leg. Okay, the tibia and fibula. The joint between femur and tibia is called hinge joint. Okay, the joint between femur and tibia is called hinge joint. Then the joint between tibia and fibula they are called pivot joint. They are called as pivot joint. Okay, so the tibia and fibula will form our neck, or will form our leg region, and then tarsals will form the ankle. Okay, will form the ankle. Okay, the tarsals will form our ankle, and then metacarpals will form foot. Okay, the phalanges will form toes. Okay, the phalanges will form our toes. Okay, will form our toes. So these are the bones in our legs. Okay, so now we are going to check the number of the pelvic girdle. I told you 62 bones will present in the pelvic girdle, right? So femur 1 bone, tibia 1 bone, fibula 1 bone, then the tarsals. Okay, we have 7 bones. Okay, in the tarsal region. Okay, we have 7 bones in the tarsal region. Whereas in the carpals we have 8 bones. In tarsals we have 7 bones. Then the metatarsals we have 5 bones. In your leg. Okay, we have 5 bones. Then the phalanges 14. Okay, as I told in the phalanges of arm bone. So totally it will come 29 bones, right? 29 bones. So the remaining 1 bone is patella. Okay, remaining 1 bone called patella will present between the femur and tibia. Placed in between femur and tibia. So it is called as kneecap. It is also called as kneecap. Okay, it is also called as kneecap, which protect the joint, which protect the joint in between femur and tibia, which present in the femur and tibia. It's called patella. So we have 2 patella. In each leg we have 1 patella. So two leg we have 2 patella. Okay. So it is also called as sesamoid bone. It's also called as sesamoid bone because the patella which will be seed of sesame. Okay. The patella will be seed of sesame. Hence it is called the sesamoid bone. Hence it is called sesamoid bone. Okay. So totally we have 21 patella. So totally we have 30 bones. Okay. Totally we have 30 bones. 29 plus 1. Okay. So totally we have 30 bones. This one bone is patella. Okay. This one bone is called patella. So totally we have 30 bones. So one leg we have 30 bones. To two leg we have 60 bones. Okay. Two leg we have 60 bones. So remaining two bones ilium and ischium. Okay. Remaining two bones ilium and ischium. So 60. Okay. 60 plus 2. So totally we have 62 bones. Totally we have 62 bones in the pelvic girdle.
घन 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 घन